welcome back to the mathematics class. In this class, I am going to discuss with you surface areas and volumes chapter. In that, the concept of cylinder. The cylinder, surface areas and volumes, we are going to learn the concept today in this class. Now, we were discussing this chapter since 2 or 3 video lessons. Those who have not watched the previous video lessons, just click on the iCard, you will be notified. And the immediate previous video lesson wherein I have discussed the exercise 10.1, in that we have done few problems there. Only 2 problems from the textbook are left over. Those 2 problems I will complete it in this session and we will switch over to the cylinder concept. Right. The 7th problem. A regular square pyramid is 3 meters height and the perimeter of its base is 16 meters. Find the volume of the pyramid. Now, till 6th problem I have done in the previous lesson. So, the 7th problem. There is a regular pyramid having a square base. Let us just imagine. I'll try to draw the, yes, somewhat like this, you get. Having a square base, okay. And this is all illumination here, having a square base and given that a pyramid. So this I had kept it in the inverted form and the dimensions given are, it is having a height of 3 meters height, and the perimeter of the base, that is the square, is given as 16 meters. Now we have to find the volume of the pyramid, right? The volume of pyramid is equal to area of the base into its height, okay? Now, area of the base here is the area of the square because it is having a spherical base. So, now how do we find the area? It is not given, just the perimeter is mentioned. Perimeter of square given as 16 meters. So, we know perimeter is 4 into side is perimeter. So, from that we will find the side of the square. So, that comes to 4. So, all are in dimensions meters. So, 4 meters is the side of the square. Now, from this area of square, here area of the square, here that square is the base, isn't it? Is side square. So, that is 4 square equal to 16 square meters. This is the area of the base. Now, the volume of the pyramid is area of the base into height. That is, here gives 16 into the height is 3, isn't it? So, that comes to 48 square meters. Now, one thing, there is a little bit of correction here. Volume of a pyramid is not just area of the base into height, but 1/3. Let me write here. Volume of pyramid is 1/3 volume of a right prism. Okay. So, here this is the volume of prism. Just make this correction. This is the volume of prism. Now, we got the volume of prism here. Okay, that is 48. But we want the volume of pyramid. Yes. So there is a correction here. Please make that note. Here this is the volume of a prism, that is area of the base into height. But volume of the pyramid is 1/3 the volume of the prism. So, 1/3 into, we got it here volume as, we can't take this as cubic meters, okay. So, 48. So, 3 ones, 3 6, 18. So, this comes to 16 cubic meters, right. Volume, isn't it? Area of the square is as it is. Here the correction is volume of the pyramid I have written, but that is a prism. Prism is area of the base into height, and from that 1/3 of the right prism volume is the volume of the pyramid. So later on we'll calculate the volume of the pyramid is 1/3 the volume of the prism, 48. So that is 16 cubic meters. Pause it and note it down. 8th problem, an Olympic swimming pool is in the shape of a cuboid of dimensions 50 meters long, 25 meters wide, and if it is 3 meters deep throughout, how many liters of water does it hold? And given also 1 cubic meter is 1000 liters. Now here the swimming pool, the Olympic swimming pool, the dimensions are given and how much water it holds we have to find. That means we have to find the volume, and the swimming pool is not in the shape of a cube. It is in the shape of a cuboid, because by seeing the length, breadth and the deepness means here the height, isn't it? How much deep means that is a height. So there are different dimensions, so that is clearly a cuboid. If all the dimensions are equal, we can assume that it is a cubical swimming pool. Now here given the dimensions, so how much long length of pool, that is long, isn't it? 50 meters. Now wide is the breadth of pool given as, now the breadth of pool given as 25 meters, and wide, deep is nothing but the, we have to take it as a height, okay, height of pool is given as 3 meters, I suppose. Yes. Now first we will find the volume of that swimming pool, and wherever mensuration and surface areas everything is given, if the diagram is not given, you have to draw the diagram. So this is the pool, swimming pool, which is cuboidal shape, right? Now here we have to find how much water it holds in liters. That means the volume. So here volume of cuboid. Now our cuboid here is the pool, isn't it? So that is length into breadth into height. So that is 50 into 25 into 3. So that is nothing but 50 into 75. So 50 into 75 is 3750. Right. Do that calculation in the rough part. 3750. Here volume and all in meters, so cubic meters. But asked us to find the volume of the water in liters. We as well know that 1 cubic meter is equal to 1000 liters. So 3750 cubic meters is equal to how many liters? So just cross multiply 3750 into 1000. So that comes to 375 followed by 4 zeros. Here 3 zeros and this 4 zeros, right? So 3750. So that means here 37,50,000 liters of water. Okay. Swimming pool contains swimming pool holds 37,50,000 liters of water, right? We have found the volume first, then we have changed the volume into from cubic meters to liters. Okay, so this is the end of this exercise. Pause it and note it down. Now we will learn the concept of cylinder. Cylinder is a three-dimensional figure, three-dimensional solid object where the bases of the cylinder are the circles. Now to explain you the concept of cylinder, I'll make use of a rectangular paper or a rectangular cardboard, right? So let us take a rectangular paper here which is having length and breadth, right? Now the cylinder concept here, I'll tell you, I'll show you with the example of, see, this is my rectangular, some cardboard like, some paper like thing. This is in rectangular shape. This is the length and the breadth. Now if I take the two breadths and if I roll it and join it here, join the two breadths, this becomes the cylinder, right? This is the cylindrical in shape. So here clearly we can say there are two circular bases and something which is curved shape. So this forms a cylinder, and if I open the two breadths here, it becomes a rectangle. See, rectangle of length and breadth. So simply, for example, I'll show you example of a cylinder. This is a wooden cylinder, okay, made up of wood. Here, this is a curved surface and there are two circular bases here. Okay, so this is a 3D object, three-dimensional object, which is called as a cylinder. Now, to know the, for 3D objects, we have to find the surface areas and volumes. That is the concept here, surface areas. Now, both surface areas we have. So, here we are writing the curved surface area. Now, we are not writing the lateral surface areas because when you see the object here, there are no faces here. There are no lateral faces, right? It is all curved, round like thing. So, this is in specific called as a curved surface area, right? Curved surface area of cylinder we will know now. Now, what I told, this rectangular paper, if I join both the breadths, you get the cylinder which is hollow. Now here, if I want to find out this curved surface area, that means the round thing, curved surface area means all the pink part, this part, complete thing is a curved surface area, right? Now, if I open this, this is nothing but the rectangle. So, the area of this paper is length into breadth, isn't it? So, L into B, since it is rectangle. Now, this L here, if you see this L, this part of L, if I join them, it has become circular, isn't it? This has become circular. So, perimeter of the circle is 2 pi r. So, I am joining the two breadths here. So, I get a circular base here, this one. So, this is nothing but if I open it, it is the length, isn't it? So, the length here, after folding it, it became the circular part. So, the circular circumference, or we call it as a perimeter of the base. Base is a circle, isn't it? Perimeter of the circle is 2 pi r. Now, our length has become 2 pi r when we are making it into the form of a cylinder. As well as, and you are joining the breadths of the rectangle. The breadth will become the height, isn't it? This height. This is the height here. Breadth will become height here. Height of the cylinder, that is 2 pi r h is the CSA. We can in short call it as CSA of cylinder. Curved surface area of cylinder is 2 pi r h. Now that means here this is been rolled and formed in the form of a cylinder, isn't it? So this is the actual shape of a cylinder, where this is the height and this is the radius. For the base circle, this is the radius, isn't it? So 2 pi r h is the CSA of the cylinder. Now we will calculate the second one, that is the total surface area, TSA. This in short is TSA, total surface area of cylinder. Now, if you are taking the same thing here, the wooden one, this CSA, curved surface area, plus the area of the base circles, area of the top circle and the bottom circle. Both the circles, total is called as the total surface area. So, CSA plus 2 area of base circles. So, that is, we have got the CSA as 2 pi r h and area of the circle is pi r square. So, two circles are there. So, 2 pi r square. If you take common here, 2 pi r common. So, h plus r is remain. So, this is the, we can also write 2 pi r plus h. Okay. So, this is called as the TSA of cylinder. total surface area of cylinder. And I'll show you an example of, so this is a wooden cylinder, isn't it? And also I have shown you this one. After rolling it, you get this is a hollow cylinder, right? And another one I'll show you an example of this is an example of a cylinder. Here, this is made up of cardboard, and this is used to place the shuttlecocks. Okay, this is also in the form of a cylinder. Now you can see this. There is a curved surface area and a base circles here. So to find the TSA, we have to find the area of circle, both the circles, and the CSA. Right. Now here, and also if your examples are, you can take the example of water tanks. Usually they will be in round shape. That is also the cylinders in shape. And now the third one we have to find is the volume of the cylinder. Volume of cylinder. The concept of volume is nothing but here, volume means here how much wood. This is a wooden cylinder, isn't it? How much wood it has taken to form this cylinder. That is called the volume. Or else, if I take the same thing, the shuttlecock one, if I place sand in it, if I remove this and if I pour sand, completely sand in, how much sand it contains. So that is called the volume. Or the water tank, how much water the capacity of water it contains, it is been filled up. If the water is filled up in the water tank, how much water it contains is nothing but the volume. How do we get the volume here? Volume of a solid object we calculate it by area of base into its height. Okay. So area of the base is the circle, isn't it? So the area of circle pi r square into h. H is the height of the cylinder. So this is nothing but pi r square h. The concept of the volume of the cylinder also you can take it as, so if I am having a cylinder, if I take some discs, okay, of round shape like this, if I keep on placing them like this throughout without any gap, so how many circular discs it contains? After filling it up to the rim here, how many discs it has? So all this is the height, and how much is the it is containing. If you take example of volume of one disc and the volume of the complete thing, so n discs will be placed here. So that is nothing but the volume. Or else you can take the water tank example also. How much water, the capacity of water it contains is nothing but the volume. So these are the formulas. The curved surface area of the cylinder is 2 pi r h, and the total surface area of the cylinder is 2 pi r plus h, and the volume of the cylinder is pi r square h. Okay, so I hope you have understood the concept of cylinder well. We will solve the problems based on the concept of cylinder in exercise 10.2 in our next class. Thank you all.